Inside the sanctuary sits the Pope, leader of all saints. A mysterious entity appears from nothingness and demands the Pope to kneel before him. He says he is Cosmos, that keeps order and balance in the universe. Seeing the evil within the Pope's soul, this entity chooses him as his bringer of chaos, a man chosen to be his god killer, and bestows upon him a sword capable of killing gods. The Pope now walks to kill the goddess Athena, praying for his heart to be restored before it's too late. Suddenly, the Saint of Sagittarius appears. He speaks to the Pope in hope to stop him, but the crazed Pope says it is the will of the gods and thrusts down his dagger. But just in time, Sagittarius saves her and knocks the helmet off the Pope. Sagittarius is shocked to see the man under the mask. Having seen his face, the Pope knows he must kill both of them, saying that it is fate. Sagittarius says, "I will change her fate even if darkness takes my soul, because it is to protect Athena, and for that purpose only that we saints exist." March 23rd, Pennsylvania, 3 Mile Island, USA. There was a partial core meltdown in the second reactor of the island's power plant. There is an immense amount of radiation over the sky. If the hydrogen bubble explodes, it could cause death to hundreds of thousands of lives. If not stopped, the thermonuclear energy will spread from America to China, making China Syndrome a reality. A U.S. agent sends a man by the name of John Black, a negotiator, to stop what they know is a terrorist act. The man learns more of the situation and is shocked by the fact that only one man is responsible for everything. A young man appears and explains it is indeed possible. There are men in this world who can possess power beyond imagination. Learning that a boy was chosen to go with him, Black refuses to take a child to a terrorist hell zone, even under presidential orders. The agent tells Black, "Don't worry of the details. This mission is not under the authority of the president, but of something higher." The two move on. They talk to each other, and the young man reveals his name is Leo. Leo tells Black he need not worry about a suit. He will simply protect him with his power. They make their way inside the power plant. It's filled with radioactivity, but yet under the protective aura of the young man, Black feels nothing but warmth. Leo tells Black of this sparkling light that if he leaves, he will die. They arrive at the reactor's core, but are surprised when he finds nothing. Suddenly, an explosion. They see a man who asks if he is a saint, for that is the only way he could survive such radioactivity. Black explains he never heard of any saint. He is simply here to negotiate. The man only wants one thing, a fight. A fight with a saint. He explains that inferior people can't understand those who have lived in this world since the age of mythology, warriors who bring harmony to the world, and those whose body carries the power of gods, saints. Legendary battles of mythology were done by these great warriors whose power can rend the sky and split the ground. He says he was strong, too strong, but lacked the power that truly makes a saint. Cosmos. He explains as he destroys everything around him that Cosmos is the power to create explosive attacks. The more cosmos you burn, the more powerful you become. He has fought and killed countless times to increase this power, but this displeased the sanctuary, and he was banned before donning a cloth and becoming a saint. But he believes he is worthy of the title of saint and came here. Destroying the power plant would threaten the entire world, so of course a saint will come. And when they come, he will fight them and prove himself. The man attacks, but Black gets in the way, to the shock of Leo. He asks why he did something ultimately useless, for he was in no danger. Black tells him it is in his nature to help people. It's natural for a man to risk his life to save another. The man attacks Leo, calling himself the god of death, but Leo simply repelled his attack with one hand and mocks his power. In honor of John Black and the people you have killed, Leo dons armor, golden armor. The man knows what he sees before him, one of the 12 strongest warriors in the world, each named after a zodiac constellation, a gold saint. Leo does not ask him his name. He will kill him as a nameless man, soon forgotten. The saint strikes with one of his techniques, lightning plasma. The man could not comprehend the attack, only seeing sparkles tearing his body into pieces. With the man defeated, Leo ponders the meaning of Black's words, of not needing a reason to help others, and his foolishness to not notice sooner. Leo puts his cape upon the body and reveals his name, Iolia. the goat saint of Leo. Now in Greece, in the sanctuary, the Pope speaks to a goat saint inside his chambers. So what is your opinion on a man called Iolia? Do you think someone with the same blood as a traitor is fit to be a saint? Answer me, Virgo. What I, Shaka, have seen so far have only been trivial affairs. It would be best to continue observing his progress. How will he stand in the passage of time? The lion has only taken his first step in that long journey. In Greece, Leo learns of the existence of a giant from a clothed man. He is surprised a being of legend is real. He is reminded that saints themselves are beings of mystery. Then saints and monsters must be the same. Is something wrong, the clothed man asks? Saints full of honor and pride are no more than slaves, bound to fight tirelessly to protect people. What could be bothering me? That's very cynical of you. The mission is to always protect the goddess Athena and keep the peace on earth with love and compassion. Is that your way of cleaning your brother's dishonor? Enraged, Leo strikes the man. However, his attacks are frozen. The man in cloth apologizes and now thinks that Leo is his equal, but advises him to keep his cool. The man reveals himself to be the goat saint of Aquarius. Aquarius Camus gives Leo Pope's orders. As expected, it's to kill the giant who comes out at night. The giant is strong, destroying villages and even military in mere moments. Leo moves on to his target in an isolated area, but finds a small child who begs him not to kill his father. Suddenly the giant appears. Leo cannot go all out in fear of hurting the child, so he changes his strategy. Leo dodges the giant's punches and notices the giant is a stone statue with cracks everywhere, making its movements even more shocking. Leo knows his movements must be done by Cosmos alone. Leo decides to summon his gold cloth. Meanwhile, the Saint of Scorpio speaks to the man of Virgo in the sanctuary. Scorpio is on his way to the house of Leo. If no one is present, all would be punished. So he is doing this to cover for his friend Camus, not to help Leo, a man without respect for anything, a man with the same blood as a traitor, a heartless demon. Then we should calm our hearts and wait a little. Only a man with a loving heart can complete this mission. If Leo is like his brother, heartless, he cannot win against his enemy. A loving heart, capable of understanding such feelings, is required. Leo attacks the statue, crushing it to pieces. However, it regenerates. The little girl recognizes the man of legend, a saint, champion of peace, gods with human hearts. Leo denies this, saying they are nothing but beasts, and tells the child to hide. The child tells Leo of his father, a sculptor from the sanctuary. He promised the Pope to make 100 statues. He made 99, but sadly got very sick. His final words were, "Daddy will never leave you." But one night, the last unfinished statue arose, his father unknowingly moving the statue, crying and destroying everything looking for him. So if he dies, maybe his father will stop. Leo thinks even in death, his father is protecting him. He cannot die. Leo calls for the statue and tells the child he will take care of things, and until he is old enough, he will be his big brother. Leo burns his cosmos to prove his heart is true, unleashing the power of a lightning bolt, destroying the statue. The child says goodbye to his father. Leo accomplished his mission honorably, but he is still an ingrate. He doesn't have any gratitude. But what he does have is something else, a virtuous heart full of compassion towards others. In an unknown place, the Pope talks to a mysterious entity, discussing if the Saint of Leo will become a problem. It is said that a little frost can become a prelude to winter. The Pope worries that although the Saint of Leo is young, he carries signs of disaster, the seed of cataclysm. There are several among the saints who have it. The entity does not believe that Leo will become such a problem, but if he is worried, then simply show him proof. The Pope tells the entity Leo's bloodline, the same bloodline of the man who stopped him from killing Athena. The fact his brother was chosen to be a goat saint itself is a bad omen. Perhaps it's the will of the gods. Will of the gods? There is no such thing. The only will that exists in this world is my own. The entity agrees and puts his thoughts aside and considers the will of other gods insignificant. But the entity now wishes to test the claws of the Leo Saint. He will test the strength of Leo's heart and cosmos. In Greece, the now servant of Leo, Lythos, is shopping in town around the sanctuary. Inside the sanctuary, there is an arena where warriors hone their skill. Being that the goddess hates weapons, these men fight barehanded. The strongest of these warriors fight in the arena every day for practice. Leo's other servant, Galen, greets Lythos, who talks of how amazing the saints in the sanctuary are. Galen explains to Lythos the power of saints. It's impossible to destroy all objects with naked hands using average force. An attack that used simply strength would only result in the destruction of one's own body. Everything is made of atoms, which are formed by the nucleus and electrons. The saints draw out this hidden energy inside them, making the greatest possible destruction. The name of this energy is called Cosmos. Galen comments that it requires warriors to be very tough. He was not, and thus lost his arm. The 12 constellations on the sun's orbit, the 12 signs of the zodiac. The strongest saints, those protected by these 12 constellations, who have the right to wear gold cloths that shine like light. They are gold saints. They speak of their master Leo, a young but strong man with a great heart. Suddenly thunder strikes. Galen feels pain in his lost arm and notices a word, Arcane. The child meets his master Leo in his showers to give him what he asks for. She notices that Leo dyes his hair, not a fan of being blonde. He says it is also to help others forget a certain someone related to him. The child prepares to dye his hair and readies for bathing, but it is revealed that Lythos is in fact female. Leo kicks her out of the bath. Galen and Leo have a friendly spat about the revelations of Lythos' gender. As this is happening, the mysterious entity watches and locates the sacred artifact. It is being sealed by the statue of Athena inside the sanctuary, protected by gold saints. The entity has no fear of gold saints and unleashes his plans to defeat Leo. Galen starts going crazy. Leo feels a dark cosmos knot of his servant and sees his arm with an inscription on it. He is being manipulated by a powerful cosmos. Leo struggles to deal with Galen due to not trying to hurt him. Suddenly, the Saint Virgo arrives to see the commotion. He sees the servant has been possessed and wonders what Leo is waiting for. It would be nothing for Leo to simply attack and kill him, or put on his cloth to protect himself and hurt the servant. Easy solutions. Virgos offers to do it for him. Leo tells Shaka to shut up. Galen may be annoying, but he is a man I love. He pleads to Galen to burn his cosmos. Leo can see Galen trying to remove the evil cosmos with his own. Leo can see the curse and plans to destroy it. Shaka questions his ability to destroy a curse made simply of light. But Leo knows saints can destroy atoms by burning their cosmos, so he should be able to destroy even light itself. For when gold saints focus their cosmos, they can surpass even the speed of light. Leo strikes the arm and lifts the curse. Galen is free and they engage in friendly banter. Shaka, having left the house, speaks. I felt that I was really lucky to be living with Master Alio, a surprisingly gentle lion. Hopefully, his kindness does not turn into weakness that leads to death. That immense cosmos, I felt. I wonder who it belongs to. The entity now recognizes the power of Leo's fang, and now plans to show him the power of the clan of Titans. In the sanctuary, Virgo warns the Pope of a sudden ebony cosmos like a powerful concentration of evil. Worse yet, it came from inside the heart of the sanctuary. The Pope acts worried that a sacred fortress like the sanctuary has been violated. Shaka says the presence did not have a physical form, but is a being made of cosmos. Pope wonders if the Virgo Saint, a man said to be the closest to God, can see the evil power that looms over earth. Shaka cannot say with certainty, but the Pope confirms the evil Virgo felt. In fact, he can see it. With that, Virgo suggests they act with urgency. Pope has already taken measures to defend the world. He has gathered all forces. The Pope orders the mightiest of his warriors, the Gold Saints, to assemble inside the Golden Room. All Gold Saints have been given orders, and all but the Gold Saint Mu and Old Master Doko, the last survivor of the previous Holy War, come. The gold saints arrive and talk amongst themselves. Scorpio Milo questions the two gold saints not coming. Virgo suggests that perhaps they are on a mission. Milo and Taurus argue till interrupted by the Saint of Aquarius, who asks them to calm down. Aquarius is interrupted by the Saint Cancer Death Mask. He reminds him that it is physical power that matters the most. He insists that power of the fist is what brings justice, no matter what justice is to those who have it. The Saint of Pisces appears, telling him he is wrong, that there is no merit to victory only in using brute force. It is Pisces Aphrodite's opinion that a fight must be beautiful. Power and victory goes to those who possess beauty. Everyone but those two arrive, and the Saint of Gemini, who has been gone for years according to Milo, but forgets about Leo. Deathmask suggests Leo ran away and should likely be killed. Lethos runs inside and says his master would never rebel. They argue until Deathmask kicks the girl. Leo appears and grabs the child. Leo says he forgives all the negative things said about him, but will not forgive his leg for kicking his little sister. Chapter 6. The One of Ebony. A mysterious man rides into the sanctuary main gates, body completely cloaked and horses armored. Gazing confused at this black chariot of war, soldiers of the sanctuary order the man to step down and take off the cloak. The cloaked man calls himself Calamity, and the soldiers think he is trying to invade and considers him insane for doing so. I am not going to invade the sanctuary. Suddenly, the soldiers are stunned by a sudden pressure emitting from the man, Cosmos. Calamity is the power to invoke nothing. Ebony Vortex. The cloaked man's power not only defeats the helpless soldiers, but destroys the sanctuary main gates. He seeks to bestow nothingness onto the land. A sacred land created by humans can only be filthy, so he is here to punish them for their blasphemy. I will give you total destruction. Soon more soldiers run to investigate, but are shocked to only see one man. But a man is not how you would describe this being, as he has the power to wrap them all in a maelstrom of darkness. Kneel before me. I am a god. I am the one who governs you. The being continues to destroy the sanctuary for the sin of stealing the divine weapon. Inside the sanctuary, Shaka feels the dark cosmos. The same cosmos he felt the other day is now strong enough for Shaka to know its location. The other saints now know the sanctuary is being invaded and wish to act quickly to dispatch the enemy that dares to attack the sanctuary. But under orders, they must remain in the golden room. Leo thinks the lack of effort from saints who can easily kill men, yet can't use their power to protect them, ridiculous. Deathmask mocks Leo for daring to preach to them when he shares the same blood as a traitor. He tells Leo to shut up and that he shouldn't even exist. Leo strikes Deathmask. Saints shocked that Leo would attack another saint without any hesitation, which is forbidden. An enraged Deathmask ready to attack, but the Pope orders them to stop. All saints get on their knees, but one, Leo. Leo suggests he should be punished. Pope now knows he has caused all this commotion in order to fight the intruder, and he decides to order Leo to battle. Now as Leo goes off to kill the intruder, Virgo questions sending someone to fight without knowing truly who the enemy is. But to the shock of the saints, the Pope knows. They are beings who have returned from the age of legend. In the beginning there was Gaia, the earth, then her husband Uranus, the sky, who created the foundation of the world. But Uranus grew to be a tyrant. He vanished all his unsightly children, but the Titans who came after. However, he still had hate for them, because there can be only one true God. The loving mother Gaia could not simply stand by, so she sought one of her children to deal with Uranus. Only the youngest child was up to the task, Kronos. And with his divine weapon created by Mother Gaia, he defeated Uranus, freed his brothers and sisters, and became king. The saints are in shock that their enemy is a god, but remember the same fate befalling Kronos by the great god Zeus. Pope explains that after Zeus imprisoned Kronos, he sealed his divine weapon, a god-killing weapon located in the sanctuary itself. But now the Titans have returned and seek this weapon to bring back their great power of their king and rule over the heavens and the earth once more. It pleases Deathmask that the Saint of Leah will surely die. With his lack of experience, he could never defeat a god, but She-Ra suggests he might have a chance because for a moment he saw a glimpse of a man he faced long ago. Now outside there is a boy crying for his mother who is trapped under rubble. A figure covered in dark armor appears and the child asks for help. The Titan offers mercy, tells the child his mother is dead, but will grant him a quick death. Leo saves the child just in time and repels the attack of the being. The being is impressed in Leo's might. While only using it for a moment, Leo withstood his divine power. Leo insults the cruel and foolish god that brings nothing but despair, unlike the goddess Athena who brings hope to all. The god vows to make the human regret his blasphemy, but Leo promises to make him regret, for he will fight the Titan as a man and kill him as a god. Regret is an emotion only fit for humans, something he will give Leo in battle, then kill him. You're a tiring god. The blue lightning that destroyed the living statue now tears the sky to attack the Titan. It was repelled by the Titan's cape alone. The Titan analyzed the technique. He attacks at high speed that splits the air. Then he adds an electronic current with his cosmos, which creates a phenomenon called electric discharge in the void, which can be countered easily by being faster. Leo switches his strategy by attacking multiple times with high-speed feints, but to the shock of Leo, all his attacks are blocked with a single punch. The god casually sends Leo flying with his fists and cracks the earth with his body, causing Leo to puke out blood. Leo has now felt the shocking power of a god. Still, the god is surprised by his armor, which did not crack at all. Truly divine protection. However, to the unworthy, it amounts to nothing more than a heavy burden. The god crushes Leo's head with his feet, mocking him for going into battle without head protection. He also mocks the choice of going into battle already injured. He tells Leo that he should feel no shame in losing to a god, that such things for a human are simply unavoidable. Lethos is watching the battle, shocked his master could be defeated by one attack. Leo must have been injured in battle before. Ebony Vortex. Leo is slowly being trapped in a whirlwind that will crush his body under immense pressure, while the atmospheric pressure boils his blood. Once the limbs are ripped, his blood explodes, and the whirlwind will go on until there is nothing left of his body. Who are you? I am one of the 12 gods of the clan of Titans. I am Hyperion of Ebony Black. In the Golden Room, Shaka feels the cosmo of Leo's gone. They think now the Leo Saint is dead. Milo enraged that Leo ruined the reputation of Gold Saints, but they can neither fight or disturb the Pope during meditation. Milo still enraged how they can do nothing under the attack of an evil god. Shura tells Milo to calm down and reminds him that their mission is to protect the temple. Kensa Deathmask says not to hurry. Leo is not that bad of a fighter if he's at full power, but if for some reason he could not give it his all, he may be in trouble. Shaka wonders if Deathmask struck Leo without anybody noticing. Deathmask leaves and states to not care for the life of Leo. He is sure to face a god and kill him by any means. What a horrible man, says Shura, who suggests everyone return to their temples and give Leo a bit more time. As they discuss if they should watch Leo, they notice a saint has already left. In the house of Aquarius, invisible men walk inside the sanctuary. Such abilities are useless to a man who can sense murderous cosmos. Aquarius commands them to drop their weapons and surrender, if not they will die. Slowly, he freezes their body, which breaks their invisibility. This is the end, give up. But they continue to move, breaking their bodies in the process. Out of respect for them and their will to battle for their master, Aquarius uses diamond dust, killing them all. Their will to fight for their belief is strong. They are truly a dangerous enemy. Hyperion senses the cosmos of his soldiers vanishing. A gold saint must have been involved. He must go himself. He notices, however, Leo is still alive and plans to finish him off, but Lethos intervenes. hands. She knows how futile her attempts are, but she wants to stay by her master to the very end. Hyperion will grant her her wish. But suddenly, flashes of light cut through the winds. Hyperion feels himself being pushed back by a stream of lightning. Could this be the power of a gold saint? Lightning plasma! What, you thought you'd won? Since you'd like to make list someone makes a true warrior, please add, see if your enemy is dead before celebrating, you fool. Chapter 8, The One Who Breaks Armor. Leo explains he focused and released all his cosmos in a series of fast attacks, a technique called lightning plasma. He states it's impossible to avoid thousands of punches fired instantly, but Hyperion did not avoid it. He simply resisted it. Hyperion calls his brute force attack pathetic, and that it can never damage his armor. He claims the only reason he has such power and the only reason he's still alive is due to his claw. Leo in anger strikes the Titan, the force cracking the ground itself, but that does not mean he can damage the armor of a Titan. Leo attacks with many punches and kicks, all easily blocked by the Titan. But the blows are coming in so close together that they lack strength. Moreover, he left himself in a strained position, given his stance. If I attack now, he will not be able to avoid. What? He fell back on the defensive? He put himself in a faulty stance to lead me into attacking his head. Then he guarded his head and waited for me to attack. He was aiming for an opportunity to strike after my attack. Lightning bolt. Leo successfully strikes the Titan's body. Even the Titan was impressed, attacking in the best possible position, trying to match the power of the Titan, but sadly, he failed to surpass a god. His claw, fist, and arm are now greatly damaged. The Titan explains that in the age of mist, divine weapons were made into armor. They are a perfect weapon as well as shield. These armors are called Soma. A single attack from the Titan nearly destroys all of the surrounding area. It's impossible to avoid, so Leo uses lightning plasma once more, to the shock of the Titan, who knows in this state Leo will surely be overwhelmed. Lethos holds the scared child, telling him to have faith in Leo, for a man with the heart of a lion can never be defeated. Hyperion senses the cosmos of Leo rising. His attack is being repelled. The gold saints sense a power rising immensely and is suddenly disappearing. They think Leo has died, but Leo still has the fangs to fight. Leo ditched both the upper portion of his cloth to protect the children and deflected his attack. He then moved behind the Titan. He is a man that fights at the speed of light. Leon tells Hyperion it's an attack that he has seen before. The same technique does not work twice on a saint, and with the lion's fangs that dwell inside, he once more unleashes lightning bolt. Hyperion, in awe of the man who attacked twice in the same area with all of his might to crack his armor. This man has the power to do the impossible, the power to perform miracles. Hyperion is happy with the fun he's sure to have with this warrior. Hyperion leaves, telling Leo to heal his wounds, but they will battle once more. Until we meet again, Golden Lion. Leo swears to become someone capable of killing gods. While Leo is gravely injured, he stands strong and thanks Lethos, because it was him that made Leo realize his fangs were not meant to kill people, they were meant to protect them.